For level 2, we have coefficients that are other than 1. So when I'm dealing with these, I need to make sure that I am applying the correct thing to the coefficients and the correct properties to the exponents. Remember that every coefficient has an exponent of 1, so you need to make sure that you take that into account. For this one, we have to do the part that has parentheses first. That 4 is raised to the first power, and a is raised to the fifth power, and we have to multiply each of those exponents by 2. So the 6a to the 7th is going to just hang out, and 4 will be raised to the second power, 1 times 2, and 5 will be raised to the 10th power, which is 5 times 2. Then you can type into your calculator what 4 squared is. 4 squared is 16, a to the 10th. Now we're going to multiply, which means the coefficients will be multiplied and the exponents will be added. So 16 times 6 gives me 96, and the exponents will be added. So 7 plus 10 gives me a to the 17th. For the next one, we'll simplify everything that's on top and everything that's on the bottom. So the top has some simplifying that needs to happen. The exponents will need to be added together. So I have 2 times b to the 12 plus 4, which gives me 16 over 3b to the 6th. Now, when we go to simplify across, I have 2 over 3, and I can't reduce 2/3. It's already in simplest form, but the exponents, I can subtract those exponents. So 3 or 2 over 3 will remain the same. And then the exponents, 16 minus 6, remember big minus small is 10, and it goes on top because the 16 was bigger and it was on top. Number 3, I have something to simplify on the top, so I'll do that first. So I'll have 9 times 3 on top because I have an exponent raised to an exponent, and the 6 is just going to hang out up front. So we'll have c to the 27th because that's 9 times 3. 6 over 10, that can be reduced either by hand or with your calculator, and it reduces to 3 over 5. Remember, we don't subtract these, we reduce them like they are a fraction because they are coefficients. The exponents, though, I will subtract. So big number minus small number, 27 minus 5. That gives me c to the 22nd, and it's on top because that's where I found the bigger number. Last one for level 2, simplify what's inside of the parentheses first. Well, 3 over 4 doesn't reduce, but d to the 8th and d to the 5th, that can reduce. 8 minus 5, big minus small, gives me d to the 3rd, and it goes on top because that's where I found the 8. And we're going to square all of that. That means that I need to put my exponents in for 3 and for 4. So that gives me 3 squared, because 1 times 2 is 2. And d to the 6th, because 3 times 2 is 6. And then 4 squared, because 1 times 2 is 2. So 3 squared gives me 9. D to the 6th, and 4 squared gives me 16. Always check to make sure that you can't reduce. Sorry, I didn't realize you couldn't see that. Always check to make sure that you can't reduce, and I can't reduce anything, so 9d to the 6th over 16 is my final answer.